Good evening, friends. Yeah, that's right. Let me hear it once again. Good evening, friends. Yeah, that's great. It's indeed a great pleasure to be here today addressing doctors who are the reckoning figures, names in the medical fraternity of Thane. It has been 16 years, friends, and I've interacted with most of you and my seniors, my colleagues. Friends, it has been a great journey. I still remember the day when I started the practice in 2000, when one generous surgeon, he purchased a table and a chair and started practicing. And it looked like an icing on the cake startup for me. So with a lot of enthusiasm, I started to meet doctors to promote myself. And the very first doctor that I met, I sent him my card and he promptly asked me to wait, which I understandably did because patients were priority. Then went the MRs, then went the staff, the reception, and by the time I came in, my turn came, I was rejected that call. Well, the story of the past, not very important, neither is that doctor, but two important things that happened that night, which are important. The first thing, I knew that it's not going to be very easy and smooth ride for me, as predicted. And second, I was going to meet one of the persons who would be partnering me for the next 15 years, and that is Dr. Salve. I hope you remember that day. Of course, Atul has been closely associated with me right before that. The way we have positioned ourselves over these years and perhaps progress brings me to three important aspects of growth, and I put them into three questions. First question is what we are doing. Second is, a lot of people keep on asking me, how do you do it? Okay, so the next question is how. And the third, which is a rare question, and nobody asked me that, and it's the why. So the what, the how, and the why. The what we have already seen last 40 minutes. You have already seen what we are going to do in the coming years. I'll just take you back to a little behind. The year was 2001 when we did our first hospital. And Salve, at that time, he was the richest among us because he had come from Yemen and he had a lot of Yemeni riyals, right? Yes. Yeah. And Atul, I know where he kept his money. He had a little more pennies, and I know where he kept it under the cupboard, and I was penniless. So the urge to struggle, to make your presence felt, and that perhaps has got us together. Sounds like good, right, Salve? Atul? Sounds like good. But that's not the truth. We made that hospital to make money. That's not the only truth, I mean. So yeah, and together we were very successful. But friends, success comes with all its trappings too. Initially, they're happy ones, but later on they can make you lose your focus. It's difficult for people like us who experience a sudden upgrade in lifestyle, a sudden upgrade in social status, and it's very easy to get carried away. But at the same time, we have that fear that we could lose it completely. And out of that fear and that insecurity of downfall, we started the second hospital. That was, I think, 2005, and Prakruti Hospital. And friends, success followed us there too. Friends, if you are succeeding all the time, I think you should ask yourself whether you are taking enough risk. And if you are not taking enough risk, perhaps maybe you are losing a lot of opportunities. And the period from that 2006 to 2012, I'll tell you the perils of success. It's marked by only three things. One is your ego, your overconfidence, and the complacency. Okay? So we got over all these things, and then we went on to make our third hospital, the Manpada Hospital. Friends, if you think that being successful is the perfect place to rest for a while. You couldn't be more wrong. Because it's the burden of winning always. Okay? Once you are successful, the world looks at you a little different. In fact, the way you look at yourself also changes. And now, since we are doing two hospitals, and when we did the third one, there's a lot of burden. Because you have to keep a record, and then you have been successful 2 times, then you have to keep that reputation of the third time. And thank God, the third project, we got tanked. The burden of being successful is now out, and at least we have got the monkey off our back now. And it's a sense of relief. And now that we are doing Sapphire hospitals, people I hope do not expect us to be always successful. That brings me to the second question, and that's what a lot of people keep on asking me, how? Now looking back at all the projects that we did in the last year, I think the only way the how can be answered is related to change. And I hope all of us know the Darwin's law. It is not the strongest of the species that survive. Of course, we are not the strongest, nor the most intelligent, and you can count me on that. The one who will survive is the one most responsive to change. And that's what happened in healthcare today. The last decade has probably witnessed more change than ever. And with the technological revolutions, with the changing dynamics, I think the primary determinant of whether you're going to be successful or not is change. So, as you all know that in medical fraternity, technology has become obsolete so quickly. Businesses we have seen perish so rapidly. And like us, people like us can be redundant. It's very scary. So we have changed. The point what I'm trying to say is that all people have to adapt faster than ever before, and that's what we have done. We have changed. Without any guilt, without any provocation, just to sharpen our reflexes, we have changed to improve ourselves. Friends, change has not been our enemy really. It has been a challenge for us. A challenge to set ways of doing things. It has been a compulsion for us to get out of that comfort zone and go into that unfamiliar territories. And at Sapphire we found a way to discard that old ways of doing things, and probably we are going to learn a few more to survive. And I keep talking about change with my friend Dr. Jayesh. He is also one of our investors. Just please recognize yourself. Yeah, oh, lovely. And he keeps on asking me what all you got to change. I keep on telling him that you can change anything, don't change your wife. Okay? Because change sometimes has to be resisted. Okay? When it invades your moral sphere, you got to resist that change too. And that brings me to the third question, which is the most important question of why you want to do what you do. Okay. A couple of years back, I started asking myself, why do you want to do what you do? Why do you want to build Sapphire in the first place? Is it really important to the people you serve? Does the existence of Sapphire really matter? And in the first years, the answer that came to me is quite obvious: make more money. But every time you find this answer, friends, you got to go back, you got to rethink, reanalyze, reread, and come to that point where it tells you to make money. You got to again go back, again reanalyze. And when you keep on asking this why question to yourself on a various time over a time span, eventually you get back to the heart of a business. And fortunately, we didn't have to look very far. And that's what is Sapphire all about. Sapphire is what keeps us up at the night. Sapphire is what asks us to get out of the bed early morning. It is the purpose that we are passionate about. It is what we are best at. It is real. It's a real and genuine strength. And it's also our economic engine. So after answering the how, the what, the how, and the why, our vision has become clear. to be the hospital of choice with the state-of-art facilities and medical services. Friends, take a good hard look at Sapphire. Listen to Sapphire for what it's calling you to do. Look for something if you are really passionate about, something you think is vital, is necessary and worthy of your skill, your talent and your time. I welcome you all to join this revolution called Sapphire, because together we can. Thank you.